People on the outside think prison debt is like owing somebody $20. They think it's like, I'll get you back later. Nah. In prison, owing somebody is like signing a contract you didn't read. And the crazy part, you don't even realize how deep you in until it's too late. I've seen dudes go from laughing, joking, playing cards to getting carried out on stretcher, all over a couple of soups and a honey bun. So in this video, I'm breaking it all the way down. How prison debt start, how it builds up, and what really happens when you can't pay. And I'm telling you right now, this ain't one of them stories where everything just works out. Ain't no happy ending in this one. So boom, first thing you gotta understand is this. Nobody walks into prison planning to get into debt. It always starts small. You come in, you fresh, you don't got no commissary yet. You hungry, you don't know the system. And somebody comes to you and it's like, yo, you good? You need something? It sounds friendly, right? Nah, that's business. Ain't nothing free. See, prison runs off of favors, but favors always come with interest. I remember this one young dude that came in, probably like 19. First time locked up, you could tell. Dude was lost. Didn't know how commissary worked. He didn't know about the store days. Didn't know nothing. So one of the older dudes, slick type, slides up to him. Yo, I got you. What you need? Gives him some soups, some snacks, some hygiene stuff. The young boy thinking he met a real one. The whole time, he just signed up for something he didn't understand. Now let me break this down, because there's levels of prison debt. Commissary debt. This is the most common one. You borrowed food, but when it's time to pay it back, it ain't equal. You borrowed $10 worth of food. Now you owe $20, sometimes $30. That's how it goes. The gambling debt. This is where it gets dangerous fast. Card games, dice, sport bets. Dudes be thinking they about to flip something quick. Next thing you know, they down bad. And a gambling debt, that's the worst type, because now you owe people who already move aggressively. Protection, pressure debt. Sometimes it ain't even about food or gambling. Sometimes it's, yo, we've been looking out for you. You good, right? And now you owe loyalty or money or both. And if you don't pay, now it becomes a respect issue. Here's where people mess up. They think, I'll pay it back next week. But what happens is, next week comes, no money hits your books. Now you gotta borrow money again just to eat. Now you stacking debt on top of debt. Now multiple people involved. Now everybody's watching you. That same young dude I told you about, yeah, it got bad. He owed one dude, then another. Then he lost in a card game, trying to fix it. Now he's in the hole for like 3 to 4 different people. And in prison, that's a problem, because now it ain't just about money. Now it's your name. And at first, it's calm. Dudes remind you, hey, don't forget. Then it turns into, when you getting paid? Then it turns into, you playing with me? Tone changes. Energy changes. Now they're pulling you to the side instead of talking in the open, because now it's getting serious. I remember seeing this happen in real time. Dude stopped coming out of his cell. Stop going to rec. Stop eating in the chow hall. You could see it on him. That stress hit different in there, because you can't leave. You can't escape. You're trapped. You gotta wake up every day and see the people you owe. Eventually, they set a date. And when that date comes, that's it. No more talking. No more. No more, I got you next week. That young dude, they gave him a deadline. I remember one of the dudes told him straight up, by Friday, or it's up. And everybody knew what that meant. That ain't a threat you ignore. So Friday comes. Morning was normal. Too normal. That's how it always is. Then boom, they catch him slipping. Right in the pod. It wasn't loud at first. It was quick. Couple hits. Then it turned into a full situation. And here's the part people don't understand. It don't just stop at one hit. They making an example. Because in prison, if they let you slide, everybody's gonna start thinking they can slide. So they hit harder. Not because of the money, but because of what it represents. Respect, control, fear. COs come running in, break it up. The dude gets dragged out. Face messed up. His body's limping. And just like that, it's over. But here's what people don't talk about. It don't end after the fight. Now paperwork gets written. Now people get locked down. Now tension's in the whole pod. And the dude that got beat, he gotta live with that. If he comes back, now he's labeled. Now he's food. Now everybody knows couldn't handle his business. And sometimes dudes don't come back the same. Mentally, they gone. Now I ain't gonna act like I was above all this. Nah. I had my moments too. You heard the stories. I remember one time I almost got caught up behind some small stuff. Nothing crazy, but enough to turn into something. And I caught it early. That's the difference. Because I seen what happens when you let it go too far. I seen dudes think it was just a joke until it wasn't. So let me say this clearly. If you ever end up in that situation, do not take what you cannot pay back. I don't care how hungry you are. I don't care how cool something seems. Nothing in there is free. And once you owe somebody, you're not in control anymore. That's the real part people don't understand. It's not about the food. It's about the control. And this is why I make these videos. Because people glorify prison. They think it's all stories and entertainment. It's not. This is real life. It's real consequences. Real pain. I watched a dude's whole situation change over something that started over a couple of soups and a honey bun. Watching this, and you out there making decisions that could land you in there, understand this. You're not built for that life. Most people aren't. And once you're in it, you don't get to press pause. You're stuck. But that's all I got for y'all today. I'm Crime, and until next time, stay free.
This Crime Talk 369, prison stories on the line, New York rhythm in the spine. If you did it or you didn't, you gon' feel it in this rhyme. This Crime Talk 369. We break it down, through the time, hit record.